Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel, and my name is Nehru, and I am an extraterrestrial Earth Angel, guide beacon, light worker, healer, and spiritual descendant of Yeshua Issa, who is the spirit of Most High, Erevat. Okay? And we are going to go ahead and get into chapter 41 of the book of Jubilees. And again, thank you so much for all of you who tune in. I am now again in Da Nang, Vietnam, and I have been enjoying the city. I was out today. It's just got home. I just beat the rain, and I say just got home because it's feeling like that. And this is the most comfortable that I have been since I've been traveling, which is since May of this year. Okay, this is the most comfortable I've been. The place is beautiful. It's very nice. It's well taken care of here by the host, and so it's things are going well. Again, I've been out to by the beach and just. I went last night actually to enjoy some sand and some waves at night. And I'm not a surfer, but yeah. So anyway, from Da Nang, Vietnam, welcome in and thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Okay, and so where we left it off in chapter 40, Joseph had been released from prison. Pharaoh had now appointed him second in charge over all the land. Because Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dream correctly, 7 years of feast, 7 years of famine. They were to store up, okay, for the famine. They were to store up and be wise about what they were gathering today. So that could be something about that for your journey that resonates. Putting something away, especially if you work on commissions and that sort of thing. I recall working in a couple of commission positions. One was automotive sales, and so you have to stock something away or pay bills in advance, okay, so you can get credits on bills, okay, so if your electricity bill is $80, you can pay $150, okay, and you will be given a credit and towards your next month's bill. You don't have to just pay what is due, okay? And so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, chapter 41. All right, and I do not have any new subscriber notifications, I do not believe, but while I'm thinking about it, let me check and see. Give me just one moment. Let me see. I believe we are at 329, or excuse me, 327. Excuse me, I said 329, so confirmation there's something about 329, the date, or those numbers. Okay, yes. So it looks like, we are at 327, which is 999, okay, for synchronicity. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back. All right, let's go ahead and get back into reading, and you probably will hear the rain outside or some thunder, however, okay. All right, so, and in the 45th Jubilee, in the second week and in the second year, Judah took for his firstborn a wife from the daughters of Aram, named Tamar. But he hated and did not lie with her, because his mother was of the daughters of Canaan, and he wished to take him a wife of the kinfolks, okay, of his mother. So he wanted to wed a Canaanite, okay. But Judah, his father, would not permit him. And this for the firstborn of Judah, was wicked, and the Lord slew him. So Most High took him out. Okay. And Judah said unto Onan, his brother, go in unto thy brother's wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother unto her, and raise up seed unto thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed would not be his, but his brother's only. And he went into the house of his brother's wife, and spilt the seed on the ground. Okay, so we're talking about he did not release into her or ejaculate into her, climax into her, whatever you want to call it. Okay, he pulled out. Okay, is what this is saying. And spilt the seed on the ground. It's interesting that religious ministers will correlate this with masturbating, but that is not even remotely close to what this is talking about. Okay? And split the seed on the ground, and he was wicked in the eyes of the Lord, and he slew him. Okay? And Judah said unto Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain in thy father's house as a widow till Shelah, my son, be grown up. And I shall give thee to him to wife. And he grew up, but Bethuel, the wife of Judah, did not permit her son Shelah to marry. And Bethuel, the wife of Judah, died. Okay. In the 5th year of this week, and in the 6th year, Judah went up to shear his sheep at Timnah. And they told Tamar, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnah to shear his sheep. And she put off her widow's clothes, and put on a veil, and adorned herself, and sat in the gate adjoining the way to Timnah. And as Judah was going along, he found her, and thought her to be an harlot, and said unto her, let me come in unto thee. And she said unto him, come in. And he went in, and she said unto him, give me my hire. And he said unto her, I have nothing in my hand save my ring that is on my finger, and my necklace, and my staff which is in my hand. And she said unto him, give them to me until thou dost send me my hire. And he said unto her, I will send unto thee a kid of goats. And he gave them to her. And in her unto went he. And she conceived by him, and Judah went up to his sheep, and she went to her father's house. And Judah sent a kid of goats by the hand of his shepherd, an Adulamite. And he found her not, and he asked the people of the place, saying, where is the harlot who was here? And they said, they said unto him, there is no harlot here with us. And he returned and informed him, and said unto him that he had not found her. I asked the people of the place, and they said unto me, there is no harlot here. And he said, let her keep them, lest we become a cause of derision. Okay. And when she completed these months, it was manifest that she was with child. And they told Judah, saying, behold, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, is with the child by whoredom. And Judah went to the house of her father, and said unto her father and her brothers, bring her forth and let them burn her, for she hath wrought uncleanness in Israel. And it came to pass, when they brought her forth to burn her, that she sent to her father-in-law the ring and the necklace. Okay, so she's trying to frame him. And the staff, saying, discern whose these are. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Trading Places. The movie with Dan Aykroyd, starring Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, released in, I don't know, 85 or something. And how it was a science experiment that Mortimer and the Dukes, the Winthorpes, yeah, the Winthorpes, conjured up or whatever, right? And yeah, just, yeah, interesting to try to frame whatever Dan Aykroyd's character name was in the movie, right? And it was for a $1 bet. Okay. Discern whose are these, for by him am I with child. And Judah acknowledged and said, Tamar is more righteous than I am, and therefore let them burn her not. And for that reason she was not given to Shelah, and did not again approach her. And after that bare 2 sons, Perez and Zerah, in the 7th year of this 2nd week. And thereupon the 7 years of fruitfulness were accomplished, of which Joseph spake to Pharaoh, again concerning that dream, okay, or confirming that dream. And Judah acknowledged that the deed which he had done was evil, for he had lain with his daughter-in-law, and he esteemed it hateful in his eyes. And he acknowledged that he had transgressed and gone astray, for he had uncovered the skirt of his son, and he began to lament and to supplicate before the Lord because of his transgression. And we told him in a dream that it was forgiven him because he supplicated earnestly. Okay, he cried out, please forgive me. All right, he sought cleanness earnestly. Okay, and did not again commit it. Okay, also there is a difference. Let me say this, because this is what this reminds me of too. So there is a difference between lusting after someone and being involved in intercourse with that someone, sex, right? Whatever. There's a difference between lusting after someone and then pursuing them and getting them to that place where you are now physically intimate with them. But it's through lust, right? Or greed or envy or something, jealousy, whatever, right? There's a difference between that and being roped in, and there are no emotions involved in the act. There is a difference there. Okay? And there's a different amount of grace for the individual who was duped as opposed to the individual who was lusting. Okay? Even though both of them may have committed the same acts, there's a difference. Okay? I learned that. All right? Had evil slander. Okay. And he told him, 24th verse, and we told him in a dream that it was forgiven him because he supplicated earnestly and lamented, and did not again commit it. And he received forgiveness because he turned from his sin and from his ignorance, for he transgressed greatly before our God. And every one that acts thus, every one who lies with his mother-in-law, let them burn him with fire, that he may burn therein. There is uncleanness and pollution upon them with fire, let them burn them. And do thou command the children of Israel that there be no uncleanness among them, for every one who lies with his daughter-in-law or with his mother-in-law hath wrought uncleanness. Okay? Again, I'm reminded of Kevin the Warlock. Okay? He slept with me. Well, not with me, but with, essentially, yes, with my wife at the time. Okay? He's also slept with other women that I've dated, and some of them got pregnant and had children by them. One woman is German, okay? The others are American. But yes, he slept with several different women of mine over years, okay? So, again, he's serving a 40 to 60 year sentence. I was part of that team that put him there in 2014, witness for the prosecution, okay? But he took a plea deal, and the judge charged upward, okay? Instead of giving him the lesser sentence, the judge gave him the greater sentence, which is definitely deserved in his case, okay? To keep that warlock off the street, and from him breaking up other families, you might have been one on his list. Who knows? In all his journeyings, because he moved a lot. So, same thing. He slept with, even though I'm not his biological son, okay? He slept with the one who he called son, his eldest. He called me son. So he slept with my wife when we were married, okay? And was fucking on her until he got arrested, okay? She was with him from 1998. He got arrested in 2014. Okay. If you want to hear that story, that is the most popular video on this channel thus far. If you click on videos and click popular, that is the top video on the playlist there. Okay. And likewise the woman, and he will turn away with wrath and punishment from Israel. And unto Judah we said that his two sons had not lain with her, and for this reason his seed was established for a second generation, and who would not be rooted out. For in singleness of eye, he had gone and sought for punishment, namely according to the judgment of Abraham, which he had commanded his sons. Judah had sought to burn her with fire. Okay? Because she duped him, she tricked him. Okay? Chapter 42. Okay. And in the first year of the third week of the 45th Jubilee, I was thinking of something like trying to calculate something. Jubilee, the famine began to come into the land, and the rain refused to be given to the earth. For none whatever fell, and the earth grew barren. But in the land of Egypt there was food, for Joseph had gathered the seed of the land in the 7 years of plenty, and had preserved it. And the Egyptians came to Joseph that he might give them food, and he opened the storehouses where was the grain of the first year, and he sold it to the people of the land for gold. Okay? So a wise businessman. Okay? Now in Canaan, of land sore very famine. That's interesting. And Jacob heard that there was food in Egypt, and he sent 10 sons that they should procure food for him in Egypt. But Benjamin he did not send, and the of Jacob's sons 10 arrived in Egypt among those that went there. Okay, they're about to be reacquainted with their brother that they sent off into slavery. Okay. And Joseph recognized them, but they did not recognize him. And he spake unto them and questioned them and said unto them, Are ye not spies, and have ye not come to explore the approaches of the land? And he put them in ward. And after that he set them free again and detained Simeon alone and sent off his 9 brothers. And he filled their sacks with corn, and he put their gold in their sacks, and they did not know. And he commanded them to bring their younger brother, for they had told him their father was living with their younger brother. And they went up from the land of Egypt, and they came to the land of Canaan. And they told their father all that had befallen them, and how the Lord of the country had spoken roughly with them, and had seized Simeon till they should bring Benjamin. And Jacob said, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon also is not, and yea, will take Benjamin away. So he's saying Joseph is not here, Benjamin or Simeon is no longer here. So now you want to take another one of my sons over there to not return? Okay. On me has your wickedness come, and he said, My son will not go down with you, lest perchance he fall sick. For their mother gave birth to 2 sons, and one has perished, and this one also ye will take from me. If perchance he took a fever on the road, ye would bring down my old age and sorrow unto death. So I would mourn to death. It would speed up the physical body aging, is what he's saying. For he saw that their money had been returned in every man in his sack, and for this reason he feared to send him, and the famine increased and became sore in the land of Canaan and in the lands save in the land of Egypt, or except for the land of Egypt. For many of the children of the Egyptians had stored up their seed for food from the time when they saw Joseph gathering seed together and putting it in storehouses and preserving it for the years of famine. And the people of Egypt fed themselves thereon during the first year of their famine. But when Israel saw that the famine was very sore in the land, and that there was no deliverance, he said unto his sons, Go again and procure food for us, that we die not. And they said, We shall not go, unless your youngest brother go with us. We shall not go. And Israel saw that if he did not send him with them, they should all perish by reason of the famine. And Reuben said, Give him into my hand, and if I do not bring him back to thee, slay my 2 sons instead of his soul. And he said unto him, He shall not go with thee. And Judah came near and said, Send him with me. And if I do not bring him back to thee, let me bear the blame before thee all the days of my life. And he sent him with them in the 2nd year of this week, on the 1st day of the month. And they came to the land of Egypt with all those who went, and they had presents in their hands, stacked or stacte, or however you say that word, Stacte, and almonds and terebinth, nuts and pure honey. Okay, some things that yeah, I'm looking to buy. And they went and stood before Joseph, and he saw Benjamin his brother, and he knew him, and said unto him, Is this your youngest brother? And they said unto him, It is he. And he said, The Lord be gracious to thee, my son. For he sent him into his house, and he brought forth Simeon unto them, and he made a feast for them, and they presented to him the gift which they had brought in their hands. So they're honoring him, not realizing that it's Joseph. Again, that could resonate for your journey, or will. Okay? Someone who wants to give you honor now that they realize who you are. Okay. Okay. And verse 23, and they eat before him, and he gave them all a portion. But the portion of Benjamin was 7 times larger than that of any of theirs. And they eat and drank and arose and remained with their asses and their donkeys, all of their equipment and stuff. Okay, whatever they came with, provisions. And Joseph devised a plan whereby he might learn their thoughts as to whether thoughts of peace prevailed amongst them. And he said to the steward who was over his house, Fill all their sacks with food, and return their money unto them into their vessels, and my cups. The silver cup out of which I drank, put it in the sack of the youngest, and send them away. Okay? We're at 27 minutes. 27 and a half minutes. And yes, we'll go ahead and stop it there. So Joseph, again, is now in charge, interpreting dreams, and fulfilling a prophecy of the dream that he had in regards to his brothers and how his brothers would bow to him. And that's the reason why they originally got mad. Again, the same stories today still happens, okay? Sibling rivalry, sibling jealousy, children who are adopted, children who are sold to other families. These things, I mentioned trading places, these experiments are experiments that still happen today, whether it's the Bilderberg Group, Illuminati, Skull and Bones, the Vatican, any other secret societies, Freemasons, Eastern Star, whoever these experiments still happen today. Okay? Just like MK Ultra, these things still happen today. Okay? There's more advanced technology today. Okay? So it doesn't take 5 years, okay, to look for somebody to stalk them. You can go online and pretty much find out where most everyone is, right? Certainly if they have a social media profile, okay? So with IP addresses and all of that, okay, very easy to locate someone for the most part today, okay? Someone would really have to be off the grid, no electronic devices. They would really have to be in that kind of way in order to really, yeah. Okay. So thank you so much as always for tuning in. We are going to be getting into Joseph and his brothers realizing in chapter 43. Joseph and his brothers realizing, Joseph's brothers realizing who he is that has been blessing them every time they've come to Egypt. Okay? So, again, thank you so much as always for tuning in. My name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. And as always, be encouraged.